My roommates called me their maid, so I let their filth get them evicted. I moved in with Jake and Morgan last September. Rent was cheap, the apartment was decent, and during the initial tour, they seemed like functional adults. Red flag number one, Morgan laughed when I asked about a chore schedule. We're pretty relaxed about that stuff, she said. Just do what feels natural. So I did. For the first month, I washed my dishes, wiped my counters, vacuumed once a week, and tried to ignore the occasional mess they left behind. Jake and Morgan, however, lived like the physical embodiment of a frat house raccoon. Pizza boxes stacked to the ceiling, dishes fossilizing in the sink, towels fermenting in the bathroom. I couldn't stand the filth, so I cleaned more than I should have. Huge mistake. By month 2, they didn't even pretend to clean. Morgan would walk past her cereal bowl, so crusted it could have been carbon dated, look me dead in the eyes and say, "The maid will get it." Jake would laugh like it was the funniest joke in the world. I forced a smile and kept cleaning, until the night everything snapped. One evening, after a brutal 12-hour shift, I walked into a full-blown party in our apartment. 15 strangers crammed into the living room, beer cans everywhere. Someone had spilled an entire bag of Doritos into the carpet like it was confetti. Jake grinned at me from the couch. "Don't worry, we knew you'd handle it. You always do." Then Morgan chimed in, loud enough for everyone to hear. "Yeah, you're basically our personal maid at this point. Might as well own it." Everyone laughed. I didn't. I felt something cold and steady settle inside me. I smiled. "You're right," I said. "I should own it." The next morning, I started my revenge. Step 1. Remove all cleaning supplies. Every sponge, scrub brush, roll of paper towels, bottle of dish soap, disinfectant spray, everything I bought or used went straight into my locked bedroom. Step 2. Clean only my stuff. My dishes, my laundry, my part of the counter. Not one extra fork, not one crumb. Day 3. Jake knocked on my door. "Do you have any dish soap? We're out. Check under the sink," I said sweetly. "There's nothing there." "Weird. Guess you'll have to buy some." He scowled. "It's just dish soap. Can't you share?" I smiled wider. "Sorry, personal maid is off duty." By the end of week 1, the apartment had reached pre-apocalyptic levels. Fruit flies swarmed like they were paying rent. The trash pile leaned at a dangerous angle. Unidentifiable liquids coated the counters. Morgan left a passive-aggressive note. "Some of us have jobs and can't clean 24/7. I wrote underneath, "So do I. That's why I only clean my stuff now." Week 2. Morgan attempted a guilt trip in front of her boyfriend. "I used to think we were friends," she whined, "but he won't even help around the apartment anymore." I looked up from my spotless sink. "You called me your personal maid in front of 15 people. Her boyfriend turned to her slowly. "You said what?" Interesting silence followed. Week 3. Surprise inspection. A little bird, our downstairs neighbor, told me the landlord was doing unannounced inspection. I deep cleaned my room, packed an overnight bag, and stayed at my girlfriend's place for 2 days. When I returned, a bright orange violation notice was taped to the door. Unsanitary conditions. Excessive mess. 15 days to resolve or face eviction. Jake cornered me instantly. "This is your fault. You could have warned us." "I was out of town," I shrugged. "Besides, I'm not your maid, remember? They tried to clean. They really did. But these were people who didn't know. You need cleaner to clean. A shower bleach isn't the same as dish soap. Grease doesn't magically disappear if you spray water at it aggressively. The vacuum has attachments. Couches need to be moved to clean under them." Morgan nearly cried trying to scrub soap scum. Jake stared at the stove like it had personally betrayed him. "How do you do all this?" Morgan asked. "Practice," I said. "Years of not being a slob." Week 4. They failed the reinspection. The landlord gave them 30 days to vacate. They blamed me non-stop. "You ruined our lives over a joke." But their parents, who showed up to help them pack, didn't see it that way. Morgan's mom took one look around and said, horrified, "You're 26. How do you not know how to clean?" Jake's dad was harsher. "We didn't raise you to treat people like servants." Last week, they moved out, humiliated, broke, and furious. After they left, the landlord pulled me aside. "The apartment's yours if you want it. Rent goes up $200, but you've earned it. You actually keep your space clean." I stayed. I have 2 new roommates interviewing next week. First question on my list: do you clean your own damn dishes?